Hello and welcome to this new video. In this video I show you how to upgrade your PX3, PX30 or in this case a PX5 to a PX6. Here I have two pieces. This is my girlfriend's unit. It is installed in a Polo 9N, but it also fits in a Golf Mark IV or a Passat B5. Here I have two cardboards. One ripped with Android 9, the flat one already has Android 10. I will use that with Android 9, because there the HAL9 car ROM is available. Here I have already soldered the GPS connector with FACRA on it. On this one I still have to do this. The PX6 cardboard is available at Amazon. The link to it in the description. You can also order these boards directly from MIC by email to info@mecdeutschland.de, and if you give my coupon code ALEX2020 you get 5% discount. Additionally, you can choose if you want a FACRA connector or a SMA connector. The SMA connector can be soldered directly onto the cardboard because it can be mounted from the outside. FACRA is not possible because it is screwed from the inside. At least it doesn't work with the cable that MIC provides. The original FACRA plug, which is built into this radio, can also be attached from the outside. So if you have a FACRA connector like this one, you should continue to use it. How to solder the cable correctly, I will show you later in the video. Before we open the device, we have to look at some conditions. This manual is suitable for MTCD and MTCE devices. We can see that here at Settings, System, About Tablet. Here you can see the MCU. In my case it's a MTCE GS, so this radio is compatible. Before upgrade your cardboard, you should install the newest available version for your device. Another limitation is the Bluetooth module. For this we have to go to Car Settings, to the Factory Settings. This device has the password 126, but some devices have other passwords like 3386 or M123456. The BC6 is fully compatible with Android 9 and 10. There are no problems. There may be problems with the SD968, but you can use the old Android 8 drivers. It also works with Android 9 and 10. If you have a MD725 installed, there is a very good description on the website of HAL9K. There you have to execute a command in a terminal app and get the answer with the installed type. Type 1 works, type 2 doesn't work. That means with type 2 the Bluetooth will not work. Those were the conditions. Next we will open the device and I will show you how to change the cardboard. So now a slightly different view. The cardboards will be put away for time being. We will need it later. Most devices are fixed with 3 screws, 2 outside and 1 in the back, but some don't have the rear screw. At least now the device should be disconnected from the power supply. You should also ground yourself before, for example touching a heater. Now pull up the cover on both sides. In this case the metal shield was still disturbing. Here we have the CD drive that comes away. That is not needed. The CD drive is held by 4 screws. Some are also screws from the top side. Now you can see that the CD drive is connected with a ribbon cable. Here we have to push the clamp back. Then you can easily pull out the cable. Here we see the cardboard. This is a PX5 revision 8, which will be removed and replaced by a PX6 revision 7. Here we see the unit from the inside. This is the BC6 Bluetooth module. Here is the FM unit. Here is the amplifier chip. Here is the MCU. Before you can remove the cardboard, you have to unplug the GPS connector. In this case it is attached from the outside. Additionally, the right side panel blocks the disassembly. Now I loosen these 2 screws on the cardboard. These are secured with red screw glue. Now try to loosen the cardboard with small movements and then pull it out vertically upwards. If possible, try to pull close the pin header. You have to try to apply the force as evenly and slightly as possible. This is the most difficult and dangerous part. Be very careful with it. The cardboard was still a little bit glued onto the side. Here you can see how to solder the GPS cable correctly. The cable has an inner and an outer conductor. The inner conductor has to go to the front hole, the outer conductor in the back hole. Better view here again. The inner conductor onto the left, the outer conductor onto the right. And while I'm at it, I will mount my new heatsink onto the cardboard. A little advertisement. This comes directly instead of the original heatsink. You have to remove the 4 screws on the bottom of the cardboard. This is how the cardboard looks like without the cooling plate. Here we have the RK3399 PX6 processor. Then we have the SK Hynix RAM. The flash memory is from Samsung. And of course many more chips. Now we put a blob of thermal paste on the processor. I won't spread it, because it will disperse by itself by contact pressure. The heatsink is placed on top and is fixed from below with 2 screws. Now you can see that the heatsink lies directly on the processor. Afterwards, the screws must be secured with screw lock or nail polish, so that they don't loosen by vibrations. Next, we take the cardboard and put it back in place. Make sure that the 2 holes for fixing match the 2 threads. Now we press the cardboard down at the pin header as evenly as possible and try not to use too much force. All pins must have even contact. Finally, you have to fix the 2 screws again. These screws must also be secured so that they don't come loose. Also, the GPS connector has to be fixed to the housing again. As additional cooling, the device gets a 3D printed cover with a fan from me. The lid is now placed on it like this, and the fan is supplied with power by USB. Before you put the head unit back into your car, you should do a function test. You have to check things like Wi-Fi, if it can be switched on, and if you can connect to networks, Bluetooth connection, or if all USB devices are recognized. If any of this does not work, it can be a contact problem. Wi-Fi works fine, it can connect to networks, Bluetooth is working fine as well, and USB devices are detected. So that's it from me about the cardboard upgrade. I hope you enjoyed the video and I was able to help some of you. If so, give the video a thumbs up. If you are not yet a subscriber of my channel, then subscribe to it. Bye and see you next time.